The NNSCRA offline and online racing as best presents Speed World. Stop number 29 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour brings us back to the Rockingham, North Carolina, and North Carolina Motor Speedway, as we are here today for the running of the AC Delco 400. As we are set for 59 laps of racing on this 1.017 mile racetrack in the Sand Hills of North Carolina. In fact, it's a multi-purpose facility in some ways too, because right across the street from North Carolina Motor Speedway is Rockingham Dragway, one of the top drag strips in America in the sport of drag racing. But today it's stock cars that take center stage on this 1.017 mile racetrack, and here's your starting lineup. For the sixth straight race at Rockingham, Kyle Matthews is on the pole for this event here today. He is alongside Tori Gossett in car 26, the Quaker State Ford. She sits alongside. Going through number 2 is car number 5, Austin Reed, currently number 4 in the points coming in this event. Beside him, Cole Deaver, who sits number 5 in the points in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Third row, Dylan Poteet in 94, and number 1, Trent Dunham, the Twinix teammates. Row number 4, has number 21, Quentin Moore, and number 52, Seth Cole. Row 5 has car 4, that's William Brock, car number 4 actually is Eric Monaco, in the number 4 Kodak film. Chevrolet, number 15, that is Aubrey Scott sitting alongside. Next row down is 25, Colin Cropley, and number 8, Joshua Osborne. Next row down is number 66, Raphael LeDuc in the Trop-Arctic Phillips 66 Ford. And number 11, Jessica Shelton, the only Ford-time winner this season so far. Next row down is 68, car that is Ben Cohen, and number 2, Dylan Young. Next row down, number 12, Christian Bracken, coming off that tremendous run he had at last race on the tour at North Wilkesboro. He's alongside number 6, Paul Minnick in the Valvoline Ford. Next round has car number 71, Charles Sanford, and 49, Tito McCoy. Then it's number 18, Noah Sewell, and number 43, Mike Becker. Next round is number 33, Nathan Orman, and number 90, Caleb Fogler. Then it's number 10, Andrew Miller, and number 98, Ryan Brommer, sitting alongside. Ryan Brommer surprised them all Ryan Brommer surprised them all at Charlotte, winning that race here in the Meliella 500. Next round is 17. That is Reggie Fogelman, and number 30, that is Zachary Fitzwater. He'll be back with this car next season. Next round is number 22, Mitchell Hodak, and 28, Keith Batson. Next round is number 83, John Andrews, and number 7, Lyle Austin. Then it's number 75 car, that's Laura Chung, and number 55, that is Alexander Rowe. Next round, how about Wes McCoy? He had that third place run at Charlotte, the last race on the tour, the Rumpel Racing Pontiac. That was the best career finish in the series. He's got Ali Liara sitting alongside of him in 16, and starting shotgun is Cody McGurkin, car number 9 in the Melling Performance Ford. In-car cameras in today's race will be carried by Jessica Shelton, Kyle Matthews, and Charles Sanford. Those will be your cameras in today's event. As 37 cars get ready to go racing here today. And the command's about to be given to fire the engines for today's event here in the AC Delco 400.
Drivers, start those engines!
Command given the fire the engines as we're set racing here today as the pace car pulls off a pit road for the pace up. We're starting a race right after this. Through the third and fourth turns they come here at Rockingham, North Carolina. Pace car is about to come up on the pit road. Field being led in the hands of Kyle Matthews in 42 and Tori Gossett in car 26 as they come off the fourth turn. And then the green flag's about to fly, and the AC Delco 400 is on. Austin Reed and Dylan Poteet trying to stay with the 42 cars that come in the backstretch now. Austin trying to lead his first lap of the event here as they come off turn number 4. Again, as we mentioned, you get 5 points for leading a lap and 5 additional bonus points for leading the most laps in any given event in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And Dylan Poteet gets the first lap scored in his favor, beating out Matthews by just inches as the yellow flag flies for the first time here today. And I believe it was it's Nathan Orman in 33 and the 17 car of Reggie Vogelman, and on Raphael Leduc. His bad luck continues in this series, or the 66 car. And he had just taken over the points lead once again, coming out of Charlotte, and then this happens to him at Rockingham. It's almost as if does anybody want to win this championship? It seems like. Take a look again as to what happened. And it might have been Leduc that started the whole thing too. See, the Heavens come up the second corner. I saw a crash happen up ahead right there. There's what happened right there. Jessica Shelton got into Tito McCoy and then spins around, and there's where the 17 car got into the whole deal as he hits Shelton right there, and then the 22 and 48 cars both got together. The Mitchell Hodak and Wes McCoy also involved. So, and right here's what happened to Raphael Leduc in car 66. He just put Colin Cropley into the wall along with Aubrey Scott. There was where Orman got into it as well too in the 33 machine, and you saw where Paul Minnick slammed into the 66 machine of Leduc. Leduc probably pulled alongside, wondering what was that all about, Paul. And then and Ali Liara apparently had something wrong with the 16 car as well too. So you can see a little scraping on the 16 machine. So Ali apparently got the wall come off turn number 4. So much action happening here on the first lap at Rockingham. That's for darn sure here. And Reggie Vogelman, Nathan Orman, and Wes McCoy had knocked out of the race here already. Here, Wes McCoy, that's a tiebreaker for him. As mentioned, he has come off that big victory, big third place run he had at Charlotte, the last race we brought to you on the tour in the Mellow Yellow 500. But right now it's Dylan Poteet, the winner at the second Martinsville event, who leads here at Rockingham. Lights in the pace car off. We're about to get set for green flag racing here. Still a lot of racing left to go in this 59-lap event here at Rockingham, North Carolina. It is Dylan Poteet, your leader. Kyle Matthews, considered the Rockingham Master, in second position. Third is Austin Reed. Fourth is Tori Gossett. Fifth position is Eric Monaco. Sixth is Quentin Moore. Seventh is Seth Cole. Eighth is Cole Deaver. Ninth is Trent Dunham. And Joshua Osborne runs in 10th position as the green flag's about to fly. And let's try this again here at Rockingham. Lap number 6. Matthews dives to the inside lane, tries to get past, and he's got it. So Kyle Matthews jumps out in front here at Rockingham. And to the rest of the drivers, that is considered oh no, pretty much. If you've watched the last few Rockingham races in this series, though, you know what I mean. And the yellow flag flies for the second time already here. We didn't even make it past the first lap again. Green flag up again. And it's Ali Liara and Jessica Shelton and Colin Cropley all involved again. And this time Jessica can't get her car to start back up here, and unfortunately that's going to knock her right out. Take a look as to what happened. Come off turn number 2, and I don't know what happened to cause this whole deal. Aha, there's what happened there. Noah Sewell got into Ryan Brummer. That started the first whole melee right there. And then here's Sewell and Cody McGurk and Jessica Shelton all got together, along with Ali Liara in the 16 car. And Lyle Austin also was involved as well, too. And take a look and see how Jessica got involved in this whole deal too. She had moved up into the numbers. I see right there. Yeah, Laura Chung got into Colin Cropley, turned him around, while Noah Sewell had spun and then right in front of Shelton. So that's where the whole deal. That's where the second. So that's 2 caution flags happening so far, where 2 wrecks have happened to start the whole thing. And the hood really messed up on the number 9 Melling Performance Ford of Cody McGurk. And there's Ryan Brummer. It's like I said, Ryan Brummer, tough fight for him. He had just come off that big victory he had at Charlotte. And then this happens to him in number 9 at Rockingham. So the Molly Black Gold team had high hopes going into Rockingham, but unfortunately, it all goes to shambles for him. But he is still out there, so he can still get a few positions picked up here as this race goes along. There's the Noah Sewell back in, messed up on the number 18 Interstate Batteries Food Lion Chevrolet. So, caution flag out for the second time. Kyle Matthews continues to lead here as we are not even 10 laps in. This is going to be a long race at Rockingham. Cody McGurk and Ali Liara are the 2 undercars that added their name to the garage area here at Rockingham, North Carolina, along with Wes McCoy, Nathan Orman, and Reggie Fogelman. 32 cars remain in this race, and 30 of them on the lead lap. Here, Colin Cropley and Jessica Shelton are the inside lane. They are both 1 lap down. Kyle Matthews continues to lead it here at Rockingham. Let's try this again here at Rockingham. We have not even gotten 1 lap of green flag yet in this event, and I don't know if we will or not in the way they're racing right now. Tori Gossett way up the track right there, as you see. Keeps off the wall and off of Cole Deaver in that 3 machine, and Seth Cole is racing alongside. And we have gotten through 1 lap under green, thank goodness. And meantime, Ben Cohen riding the wall, come off the second corner here, as Cropley and Shelton trying to stay out of the way of the leaders right there. And Christian Bracken being trolled by his own team member, Colin Cropley. And meantime, Mike Becker gets moved up the track by the 30 car of Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater moving his way up to the field nicely. And Cropley! I thought he was going to be turned coming on the backstretch right there as he comes to turns number 3 and 4. As Charles Sanford goes by a 71 car. And oh my gosh, this is dangerous to watch. Christian Bracken, meantime, he's going to finally get by Cropley as he comes down through off turn number 2. Lyle Austin and Raphael LeDuc side by side. In the meantime, Dylan Poteet and Austin Reed not letting Kyle Matthews get far ahead now as we're working the 15th lap here at the AC Delco 400 at Rockingham, North Carolina. 4th place battle happening right there. Car number 4, Eric Monaco, and number 3, Cole Deaver, and the 26 car of Tori Gossett. And now Joshua Osborne throws his hat in the ring now in this battle. Deaver goes by, and he'll bring Tori Gossett with him as they come off turn number 2. And Seth Cole, meantime, pushing Joshua Osborne ahead of that 4 car. Quentin Moore diving underneath as well, too. Trent Dunham doing the same. Averaging a little over 80 miles an hour in the first 16 laps of this event. Not a fast speed, but if this race goes green the rest of the way, then speed should be getting faster as this race goes along. On board with Charles Sanford in car number 71. This will be his next to last race with the Big Apple Markets team. He'll be going to the DuPont car at Atlanta, the season finale. You remember your 1992 season, the 24 car did debut at Atlanta, the finale in that race. That's where Jeff Gordon made his debut. The 24 car is going to be what Charles is going to be driving in next season. Right now, Charles runs in 16th position right now here at Rockingham, and there's the inside car of the leader, Kyle Matthews, number 42. Winner this season at the first Darlington event. He had one on this track earlier this season, and transmission troubles nailed him with 12 laps remaining in a Goodwrench 400. After Kyle had led the first 48 laps of that event, and then had all fall apart on him. But about 11 or 12 to go in that race. He hopes the same thing does not happen to him here today at Rockingham, though. And everybody else right now is saying not again, because Kyle Matthews is pulling ahead to a 1 second advantage now over everybody else. So Joshua Osborne right now running in 4th position. 5th is Trent Dunham. 6th is Tori Gossett, as her and Cole Beaver wage war against each other. Beaver tries that low line of the track, but Gossett's got the outside working to her advantage. Seth Cole behind Cole Beaver right there. A couple of Coles going at it here. One Cole's his first name, and the other Cole's his last name. So, but both driving black cars, but that's going to change next season. There, Beaver's going to stay where he's at next season at 3 car. But Seth Cole, his car's going to have Napa as a sponsor next season. Quentin Moore, you'll see him in that 21 car next season as well, too. Eric Monaco, same thing in that number 4 car. He'll be back with that rider, and same with Zachary Fitzwater. Caleb Fogler, well, still up in the air for him, that 90 car. He's been pleased with that car this season, though, however. He had a frustrating first half of the season, but the second half, Fogler's car has been doing decently, I should say. He got a win at the first Pocono event this season. Charles Sanford up to 13th position. 14th is Keith Batson. 15th is Alexander Rowe. 16th, Mike Becker. 17th, Christian Brecken. Dylan Young, 18th. 19th is John Andrews. 20th is Andrew Miller. 21st, Ben Cohen. 22nd, Tito McCoy. 23rd is Laura Chung. 24th is Mitchell Hodak. Jessica Shelton is 31st, 1 lap down. Aubrey Scott, 25th. 26th is Paul Minnick. 27th right now is Ryan Brommer. 28th is Noah Sewell. 29th is Rafael Duke, and 30th is Lyle Austin. 32nd is Colin Cropley. And Cropley's not far from being lapped by Kyle Matthews as well, too, in that 42 car. So coming on the backstretch now, Matthews has led all but 1 lap so far, or has led all but, I think, 6 laps in this event here today. But since the first race started, there has been all Kyle Matthews all the time here at Rockingham, North Carolina. And Kyle loves this track, and of course the one reason as well too, though, because this obviously the car he's driving is one of his favorite drivers, Kyle Petty. His all-time favorite drivers were Kyle Petty, Ken Schrader, Terry Labonte, and Jeff Gordon. So, and Kyle has driven, he's driven every car except for Terry Labonte. No, actually, scratch that. He has driven all cars of all 4 of his favorites in this series. I will correct myself on that one. But Kyle Petty was one of the dominant forces at Rockingham back in the early 90s. And, of course, the way this car's running right now, it looks like the Kyle Petty of the 90s at Rockingham, because that Mellow Yellow car, or Pete Antifreeze car, whichever car he drove, was one of the dominant cars at the Rock here, especially this being a Felix Sabates piece, by the way, too. Sabco Racing is the name of the team that owned that Mellow Yellow car. And Kyle will be back with this ride next season as well, too, in season 37. So you can bet in this Rockingham setup they've had since season 34, believe it or not. We swept both races that season and season 35. And if the transmission trouble hadn't happened at the Goodwrench 400, then he'd been on his way to a season 36 sweep. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, though, because we still got 29 laps remaining in this race here, this time by Dylan Potts, second position. Third right now is Cole Deaver. Actually, I think Deaver is third, I think. There he is, yeah. Gossett running in fourth position. Fifth is Quentin Moore. As Trent Dunham, I think, is falling back. I think, yeah, he has. So Dunham. Yeah, Dunham's falling back, though. What happened to the one car? Trent Dunham's out of the race. Trent Dunham's falling out. I see what happened right there. Dunham, well, let's check and see what happened to Dunham. Dunham's car had a... Yeah, had a valve failure on the #1 Skull Classic Oldsmobile. So, Trent Dunham, who was running strong in this race, had been running in the top 5, and his engine decides to die on him halfway through the event. So Trent Dunham will be the latest car in the garage area. Tough break for the #1 Skull Classic team, the winner this season at Riverside. But meantime, let's take a look at the battle on the racetrack right now happening between Seth Cole, Tori Gossett, and Quentin Moore. Happening right now, the 52, 26, and 21 cars. Not sure where Tori Gossett's going to be going to next season, and that 26 car will be in existence next season by the way too, but not sure where she'll end up at though. Seth Cole, that 52 cars we mentioned, is going to have Napa, and Quentin Moore is still going to have Sitco 21 on next season as well too. Gossett, meantime, she has picked off Seth Cole. Her and Quentin Moore both have. That puts Tori up to 4th, Quentin up to 5th, and Seth down to 6th. Eric Monaco 7th, Austin Reed running 8th, 9th is Osborne, and 10th is now Zachary Fitzwater, as he has now got Charles Sanford behind him, trying to get by the 66 car Raphael LeDuc. LeDuc right now is 28th position. He is 1 lap down. So that now leaves 24 cars on the lead lap here at Rockingham, North Carolina, as Charles Sanford tries to get by for that 10th position here on Zachary Fitzwater, and he will do so. So Fitzwater drops back a spot. In the meantime, Keith Batson, John Andrews, and Caleb Fogler, and Ben Cohen, and Christian Bracken all coming up to take down the Fitzwater machine. Alexander Rowe, meantime, getting passed by Mike Becker in the 43 and the 2 car, Dylan Young. Not bad. Dylan Young not running bad right now, despite the scrape he's got on the side of his #2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford, or Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. Getting by Raphael LeDuc in car 66 there, the Trop Arctic machine. And we're back to the leader, Kyle Matthews, as you jump on board now with Jessica Shelton. 30th position is where she's running right now. She is now 2 laps down. Trying to salvage what she can points-wise here at this juncture of the race. So whatever problem that kept Shelton's car from restarting there after the second incident, well, it's been repaired. Obviously now she's been back on the track now for the last few since the last caution flag flew. 4-time winner though so far this season for Jessica Shelton, so it's not been all bad for her this season though. She has had She's currently sitting right now. I think she came in this race number. I think she was number 8 in the points coming into this event. Last race on the tour, after the last race on the tour at Charlotte. So trying to hang on to a top 10 points finish here. But meantime, the lead for Kyle Matthews an unheard of 6.9 seconds right now. And see what it is this time by, though. I bet you it's about 7 seconds. That's what I'm about to bet you this time by. Yeah, it is. 7:06 this time by. As Cole Deaver's moved in second position now. And Seth Cole up in the back bumper of that number 3 machine as Deaver gets by both Noah Sewell and Paul Minnick in one fell swoop. And here comes Dylan Pote coming up behind Seth Cole, a couple of Tweenix teammates. And Austin Reed now balls him, getting held up by Ryan Brommer, and he says, screw this, I'm going to go behind the 4 car of Eric Monaco. And Tori Gossett almost slides right into the 15 car of Aubrey Scott. So cars 4 and 5 right together right here. The 4 of Eric Monaco and the 5 of Austin Reed. Austin now goes by Monaco to come off the across start finish line and puts puts Austin, I should say, up to the number 6 spot. $14 laps to go this time by here at Rockingham, North Carolina. Quentin Moore and Joshua Osborne both trying to come up close up on the 4 and 5 cars as well too. Quentin running in 8th position, Joshua running in 9th. And with Rafael LeDuc having the troubles he's having right now, that should maybe move Osborne back up to the lead in the points, maybe coming out of this event. As we have 2 races to go in the season, just Phoenix and Atlanta, and that's it for the season. Osborne trying for his 3rd championship in this series that he won titles in seasons 2 and 19. And Austin Reed, meantime, he's close up in the back of Cole Deaver for position. That's for 5th. As now Seth Cole gets by Colin Cropley. So does Poteet. So does Gossett. So does Deaver. Forming a Talladega-like train happening here at where are we, Qualls? At Rockingham. Poteet up the high side. Gossett goes low. Poteet pulls him behind Seth Cole, but Gossett's got the low side lane to her advantage, and now Cole Deaver tucks in behind the 26 machine, so move Gossett into 3rd position now in the Quaker State Ford. And we have now 10 laps to go. I think it'll be 10 to go this time by, and here comes Kyle Matthews all alone except for lap traffic here, and Matthews now has 10 to go. 49 down, 10 remaining here at Rockingham. Fast lap race so far. Well, that was set by Trent Dunham, who's now since been out of the race at 150.105. As she's right on board with Kyle Matthews in car 42. Take a lap around with Matthews now. And in turn number 1, up the middle of the racetrack right there, and going to come off turn number 2. Wall seems to grab you off that second turn, but didn't for the 42 machine out in the turn number 3. Right down that white line, but then drifts back up the track, come off turn number 4. And that's a lap around Rockingham, courtesy of one Kyle Matthews, as he has now got, as he's got now 8 laps remaining here at Rockingham Raceway. He's probably got the air conditioning on. He's probably got the stereo turned on. He's probably got probably singing a victory tune right now, or maybe warming up to do so. Providing if nothing goes wrong though in the last few laps, because like I said, remember what happened the last time he was here. Except we're already past the point of the race where it happened to him in the spring event. That completes the 52nd lap of this event. We're now down to down to 7 laps remaining. Seth Cole up to 2nd position. Gossett's still 3rd. 4th is still Deaver, and 5th is still Dylan Poteet. Charles Samper running in 10th position right now. Keith Batson in 11th. 12th is Zachary Fitzwater. Caleb Fogler 13th. Here comes John Andrews trying for 14th on Christian Bracken. And now Batson gets around Aubrey Scott, who's now 24th. He is currently now one lap down, so 22 cars are now remaining on the lead lap. Ben Cohen, solid day for so far, 16 positions where he's at right now. Dylan Young 17th, 18th is Alexander Rowe. 19th is Mike Becker, and 20th is Andrew Miller in the tan machine. And now Matthews close up on the 75 of Laura Chung, who's 22nd right now. Tito McCoy, solid day right now, running 21st in that 49 machine. Check back on that. Have one more check on the battle for second position here. Seth Cole now has it now over Cole Deaver. Heads through turns number 3 and 4 right now. The I-6 Trek Shack Hurley Limo Ford. Trying to hold off the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet of Cole Deaver. Coached at the third position, up the fourth position, I should say. 5th is Austin Reed. Gossett's dropped to 6th. Quentin Moore trying to close up behind in 7th position. Osborne up to 8th. Monaco's dropped to 9th. And Sanford, as we said, is in 10th position. And they've already gotten 2 laps to go right there. So Quentin Moore trying to close up on the 26 car, trying to get himself another spot here as they come out through turn number 2. Meantime, Cole Deaver trying to pull up on the back of that 52 car. Seth Cole. And Seth trapped in behind Rafael Duke. White flag's already waiting for Kyle Matthews, by the way. And there is Kyle on his last lap at Rockingham. He can coast. The engine can pretty much blow up and he can coast to victory right now. A good old-fashioned woodshed whipping, and back to victory lane he goes, his second of the season. And the AC Delco 400 goes to the Rockingham master. Kyle Matthews wins that Rockingham. Second place battle right here goes to Seth Cole. He'll beat Cole Deaver out for the line. Poteet finishes 4th. And Austin Reed will finish in 5th position. But Kyle Matthews returns to victory lane at Rockingham, and he felt like this place owed him one after the spring, after the first event here. Well, it owed him that and a whole lot more here today. Unbelievable! I tell you, everybody else is going to be wanting to protest that car, but all's fair in this series. So 29 races down and 2 races remaining on the tour here. We'll give you the rest of the finishing order here. Tori Gossett with a solid 6th place finish in the 26 machine. 7th goes to Quentin Moore. 8th will go to Joshua Osborne, matching his car number. 9th, Eric Monaco, and 10th to Charles Sanford. 11th goes to Keith Batson. 12th, Zachary Fitzwater. Caleb Fogler, 13th. John Andrews with a 14th place finish here today. 15th, Ben Cohen. 16th, Alexander Rowe. 17th, Christian Bracken. 18th, Mike Becker. 19th, Dylan Young. And Andrew Miller finishes in 20th position. And the last car to finish on the lead lap. 21st goes to Tina McCoy. Laura Chung, 22nd. 23rd to Mitchell Hodak. Then Aubrey Scott, Paul Minnick, Noah Sewell, Ryan Brommer, Lyle Austin, Rafael LeDuc, and Jessica Shelton, the top 30 into this event here today. And Colin Cropley was the last finisher in 31st, 4 laps down. So that's here. So cars out of race. Trent Dunham, the only non-crashed car in the out of race here. Valve failure on the number 1 Skull Oldsmobile. Cody McGurk, Ali Liara, Wes McCoy, Nathan Orman, and Reggie Fogelman out with crashes early in the event. But for Kyle Matthews, another Rockingham trophy heads back to his home state of Ohio, and I'm not going to tell you where he lives at neither. But Kyle Matthews, a dominant victory here today at Rockingham, North Carolina, in the AC Delco 400, his second of the season, and that should move him up a bit. Should move him up a bit in the points. I want to say he was 15th in points coming into this event as well too, so that should move him up a couple of notches. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got interracial races. We got gaming videos. We got our online videos. Whatever person on the NNSCRA Seth goes ours to have for show. Be sure for this channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Store Cup Series, the main series on the channel. If you want future seasons of Seth Series, be sure to get with Seth, and he'll get you going. And also be sure to check out our other two channels. That's NNSCRA Offline. That channel being X667539855X. That's Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series, and also check out subscribe to his channel for some cool stuff as well too. And also subscribe to the channel that he and Kyle Matthews do together. That channel being We The Coasters. If you are a roller coaster / theme park / amusement park fan, then We The Coasters is the channel for you. And subscribe to that channel. Subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff as well too. And also subscribe to this channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA Sports and Game channel. NNSCRA Sports and Game channel for some cool stuff as well too. So that will do here today at Rockingham, North Carolina. For now, this is James Clausen, the member of the NNSCRA, celebrating 11 years of offline racing aspects. We'll see you at Phoenix International Raceway for the Subway 500.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?